college football. We've been on fire in college football. Had to cool off a little bit. Yesterday we went 2-4. Tough slate. Our hits were Vandy and Georgia -7. The parlay we thought we were going to hit at the end of the night. Bama money line, Utah money line. BYU comes out with a win there. But we're still way over 500 in the world of college football. I think we're sitting at like 29-16, just over 11 units. So if you're riding, you're making money with us in college football. NFL, we're all positive as well. So if you're riding the boys right now, we're making some money. We're keeping it consistent at least. But we got some games this Sunday. 5 on the slate for Sunday, week 7. Then I said, like I said, a doubleheader on Monday Night Football. Wherever you're watching, real quick, leave us a like, follow, share, subscribe. Going solo this week, so we got some games we're going to get into. Leave your questions, comments in the chat. I will get to that momentarily, so we appreciate it. But we're going to get into these games. Our first 1 o'clock game, Aces New England Patriots heading to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans are getting 7 points, over under at 42. Titans money line plus 275. Patriots minus 350. This is an interesting game. Vrabel obviously going back to Tennessee, where he was let go of his the former head coach of the Tennessee Titans. Titans are also a coach fired spot here. I love those kind of spots. Getting a touchdown and an extra point at home. The 7 points at home, dog, coach fired game. This is screaming Titans to me. I'm not going to bet it, but I love the Titans plus 7. Again, not betting it. A lot of these games, you're going to hear me say I'm not betting it. I do not like the slate this week. I have 2 plays on my card posted right now for the 1 o'clock slate. I'll get into those, but not super confident in these games, and I will let you know which ones I'm betting. So the second game we're going to get into, this is one of the ones I am betting. I'm kind of confident in. Philadelphia heading to Minnesota. Eagles are the favorite here, -2. Over under 44, even 44. Eagles minus 130 on the money line. Vikings plus 110. I am on Philadelphia here. I think this is a good spot for them. The Vikings don't really know what's going on at quarterback, who practiced all week. I haven't looked at the exact updates, but I am on Philadelphia here. I've been pretty confident in this pick this week. It did move from the 1.5 to 2. I like the Eagles here. I'm going to take them on the money line minus the 130. I saw minus 115 elsewhere, so make sure you shop your lines. Always shop for those best prices. But yeah, I like the Eagles here to get a win. I know they're on a 2-game losing streak, coming off the mini bye, off that loss to the Giants. Going up to Minnesota, not an easy place to play. Vikings are kind of banged up. They don't, like I said, they have a lot of question marks around their lineup, both offensive and defensive. So I'm going to go with Philadelphia here to get a win. This would be a big win off 2 losses. Get back to 5-2. All of a sudden, the sky isn't falling in Philadelphia. I think the Eagles win today. Give me the Eagles on the money line. We will move into our 4 o'clock slate. Like I said, not many games I'm super confident in. This is one of them. We have a good matchup in the AFC, but I'm not confident in a side here. Indianapolis 5-1. The Colts heading to the 4-2 Chargers at SoFi Stadium. Chargers are a 2-point favorite, over under 48.5. Colts money line plus 110 as the dog. Chargers minus 130. I lean on the Chargers here. I love this Colts team. That's why I'm not super confident in the Chargers here. I lean on the Colts, not super confident in or lean on the Chargers, not super confident in this pick because I do like this Chargers team. This Colts team, I keep getting these teams mixed up, but Daniel Jones at the helm. Obviously, this Colts team has scored 40 points. I think it's in 2 or 3 games this year, the most they've scored since I think in franchise history. And there were some good Peyton Manning Colts teams there, and this offense is buzzing. Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, they're getting all these guys going. Josh Downs, obviously. Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor. I like this Colts team. They have a pesky defense. I would not be shocked to see them go into SoFi and steal a win here today. So make sure I'd be weary of that if you like the Chargers here. I'm not super confident in it. I see why you like them if you do. The question marks around the running back position kind of scare me. Who's going to be getting the majority of those carries? Is it going to be is it Hassan Haskins? Is it Vital? We know obviously all the injury news they've had in the running back room there, but The consistent play they've gotten has been from the wide receiver position. Lad McConkey, expect a big game from him. Herbert at home has shown to be good. The Chargers are wearing those yellow uniforms in this game. So that could be that'll be something interesting to look for. I believe they're debuting those. I don't know if they've worn those before, but a good matchup there in the 4:05 slate out there in SoFi or in LA at SoFi Stadium. But at 4:25, we have our game of the week: the Washington Commanders heading to Jerry's World to take on Mackey's Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are a 1.5-point favorite, over under 54.5. Cowboys money line minus 125. Commanders plus 105. Real quick before we get into this game, thoughts on Rams Jags about to start here in just about 30 minutes. That's an interesting game. I do lean on the Rams. No Nakua kind of scares me there. The Jags are a pesky team. They've played in London many, many, many times. They always perform well over there, so that's something I'd be weary on. I like ETN to get in the end zone. I like Kyron Williams to get in the end zone. I think both running backs will find the end zone. As far as a spread, if you're looking for a money line, I think the Rams are a good start to a parlay this morning. Minus 165 on MGM. Make sure you shop your odds. Get the best odds there. What's this? Meyer or Pitts at tight end. Oh, I'd probably go Pitts on Sunday Night Football. I think the Falcons win that game. Yeah, leave all your questions in there. Fantasy questions, betting questions, anything you got. Leave us comments in there. We appreciate it. Leave us a like, follow, share, subscribe wherever you're watching from. We appreciate it. Let me know any other questions you guys got on games that we haven't touched on yet. Some of the ones I did give out. Again, not super confident in the Titans, but I like the Titans +7. Eagles on the money line will be on my card there in Minnesota. I leaned on the Chargers -2. And then obviously we're getting into this NFC East matchup with Dallas and hosting Washington down in Jerry's World. Cowboys are, like I said, a 1.5-point favorite now, over under 54. Cowboys money line -125. Commanders +105. I lean on the Cowboys here a lot. I keep saying that word. A lot of these games I am not super confident, and you will not see a lot of plays out of me today. I think a lot of these games are pretty 50-50. I mean, we talked about two 2-point spreads, a 1.5-point spread, and then the 7-point spread was the Patriots, but two 2-point spreads and a 1.5-point spread. A lot of these games could be 50-50 toss-ups. I lean on the Cowboys here. I like a high-scoring game. I think 54. It has dropped, which is interesting. So it was 55.5, has dropped to 54. I still think that's a crazy high number. So a lot of people probably scared of that. So some money probably coming in on the under to even things out. But lean on Cowboys, lean on the over. I think CeeDee Lamb's coming back today. Look for him. I still think you'll see a good performance out of George Pickens, who's been, carrying the weight while CeeDee Lamb was out. But I think CeeDee Lamb's going to step right back into that offense, provide a big spark, make a big play. I saw a lot of people taking his longest reception over 25.5 or 26.5, whatever it was sitting at. So that could be an interesting prop to look at there. But before we get into Sunday Night Football, pick 2. Let's see, Waddle, Vital, Addison. I'd probably go Waddle and Addison, even though I think the Dolphins lose. That's Vital. Is he going to get the carries? That's an interesting one there. Otton or Taylor. I'd probably go Otton. I'm not big on Taylor there for the Jets. Jameson Williams or Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker's been consistent target for Geno Smith when he can throw to the team that's wearing the same uniform as him. But I'd probably go Jameson Williams on Monday Night Football. I think that'll be a high-scoring game. Rams defense or Browns defense. I'd go Browns defense. Supposed to be shitty weather there in Cleveland today. I think that'll be a low-scoring game. Let me know any other questions you got. Like I said, leave us a like, follow, wherever you're watching from. We appreciate it. We got 3 more games to get into: Sunday Night Football and then 2 Monday Night Football games that we're going to get into real quick before we let you out of here for the Sunday slate of Week 7. Sunday Night Football, we got an NFC matchup. The 3-2 Atlanta Falcons heading to San Francisco to take on the 4-2 49ers. Over under for this game is at 47.5. 49ers are a 2-point favorite, -125 on the money line. Falcons +105. Another 2-point spread on this slate. Not super confident in this pick. I think the Falcons are able to hang with them. I also like a lower scoring game. Not super confident in either of these quarterbacks in this game. Penix has been boom or bust. So we saw the game against the Panthers where they didn't even put up a point. We saw the game where they went into Minnesota in the prime time and won. I think this is a similar spot here. I think the Falcons could win this game outright. I like the under. Probably won't see either on my card. Again, not super confident in a lot of these plays. I don't like this slate. This is a very tough slate. The end, Vegas is starting to get these lines pretty spot on where it's very hard to call. 2 points. I mean, come on. One of these is going to fall within 2 points, and people that take the two is going to get screwed and then avoid the money line there. But tough matchup. You got to think McCaffrey scores, Bijan scores. The Falcons have been very fun as an offense. Drake London coming off a huge performance last week in the prime time. So back-to-back Sunday night games for the Falcons, this time on the road at the 49ers, coming off a big win against the Bills. So I think they actually were Monday Night Football last week, so pardon that. But yeah, Monday. Speaking of Monday night, we got two games. Another NFC matchup here with Tampa Bay 5-1. The 5-1 Bucks going to the 4-2 Detroit Lions. Lions are now a 6-point favorite, over under at 52.5, the second highest total of the week. Bucks money line on Monday night is plus 230. Lions minus 285. I'm surprised to see this big of a line difference for this game. I guess the difference is the fact that the Bucks have a lot of injuries, but the narrative that people love Baker Mayfield, he's the MVP, all this Bucks love that people are giving them. I still think the Lions win this game. I said this on Wednesday. I'm not super confident in 5.5 or 6 points. It was 5.5 when we talked during the podcast on Wednesday. I'm not super confident in the Lions spread here. I think this will be a high scoring game. 52.5 is a little high for me to take an over. I'm going to have the Lions money line, hopefully to close out a couple parlays from today. If I look at anything, maybe a 2 or 3 legger. I like the Lions as a money line pick. Minus 285 on MGM. Make sure you look around, shop your odds, see what you can get there. But the Bucks are injured. Maybe Noah Ibuka. A lot of injury questions there for Tampa Bay. Mike Evans could be coming back. What's he going to look like off the injury? But before we get into this last game, any thoughts on receiving yards for Adams or Thomas Jr.? Brian Thomas Jr. started to look good again. He's making a little bit of a resurgence. Over there in London, though, could be interesting against a Rams defense. It's pretty pesky, but Adams, I assume you mean Devontae both in that London game. I'd probably go Devontae just because the Rams have been pretty pass heavy, no Nakua. So, taking those targets away from the best fantasy player in the world right now. You got to go to somebody. I think Devontae is a good option there. Bourne, Johnson, or Evans. I'd probably go Johnston and Evans there. Start one. Oh, you're going to start one. Chargers playing Indy. I'd probably go Johnson. I'm not big on, I want to see what Mike Evans looks like before he comes back, but that's going to be a high scoring game. I'd hate to sit there and watch Mike Evans put up a number on my bench. I do have him in one league. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But that's an interesting one there for Mike Evans. I think he's projected to do pretty well, but it's going to be interesting to see how he comes back. He obviously, Noah Ibuka helps his situation out for fantasy's sake. But the second Monday night game we're going to get into here, Houston Texans going to Seattle, a 10 o'clock start Eastern time on Monday night. Seattle's a 3-point favorite. Over under is at 41. Seahawks money line minus 175. Texans on the road plus 145. I originally think I said I like the Texans here in this game. I have jumped. I do like the Seahawks. I talked myself into the home field in the prime time. Sam Darnold has looked good. Jackson Smith-Njigba looks like a top 5 receiver in the NFL. Their running back duo, I like their defense. It's very pesky. They have a new little Legion of Boom thing going on up there, but just a little different with Woolen, Witherspoon. I like a lot of their defensive backs. Some of those pesky linebackers they have. Look for Seattle on Monday night. You might see this on my card. -3, -2.5. Maybe money line to close out. Maybe Detroit, Seattle on the money line. I might just talk myself into a little 2-legger there. But look for that on my card. Any last minute questions you got? That's our slate for week 7. I almost just said week 3. Ertz, Taylor, or Laporta. Ooh, I'd probably go Laporta, top 3. Who's playing better than Jackson? It's not Puka. I was going to say Puka, but I'd probably say Puka, and what's his name? JSN. I was blanking. I was just thinking the other two guys. I couldn't think of JSN's name, but yeah, that's a week 7 slate. I'll go through the picks I gave out. And again, not super confident in some of these. Eagles money line is on my card. You will see that. The other one that is on my card that you will see is in a stink bowl with Cleveland in Miami. I'm on Cleveland -2.5. But the games we went through, I said I lean on the Titans +7. Again, Eagles money line. Lean on the Chargers -2. Lean on the Cowboys -1.5. Sunday Night Football, I lean on the Falcons and the under. And then Monday night, I like the Lions to win. I like the Seahawks to win. I like a little two-legger there on the money line. Leave me any last-minute questions you got. Should I start Judy, Pittman, or Trey Tucker? I would go Pittman just because of the shitty weather there in Cleveland. But yeah, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. That's all I got for you this week, week 7. Stay tuned to our social media. My plays, Jesse plays. Our team parlay is already posted. I will go through that real quick. It is Dallas and Washington over 45.5. So an alternate over. Patriots money line, Packers money line, and then a Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. Those 4 legs will pay at +275. Make sure wherever you're watching, like, share, stream, share the stream, watch, like it, whatever you got to do. We appreciate it. Make sure to check out all of our plays. Like I said, social media, Instagram.pod or hitthebooks.pod for Instagram, hitthebooks_pod for Twitter. Like I said, my plays, Jesse's plays. The parlay is already posted. We'll get Ace's plays and Mackey's plays posted here shortly. I don't think anyone's going to have any official plays in the London game. So if you're waiting for those, my lean was the Rams. I like the running backs to score. Look for Devontae possibly. I know we talked about that at some point in the chat. But thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next Sunday for week 8. This week to recap everything from today and week 7 going forward. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.